My ex's stepchildren physically intimidated my son. Oliver stopped wanting to go to his dad's house in October. He's 8 and usually begs to go early for the trampoline. Now he'd go quiet every Friday when I packed his bag. My stomach hurts, he'd say. Can I stay home? My ex Troy remarried last year to Brenda, who has 2 sons. Austin is 16, Kyle is 14, both play football. At the wedding, Troy announced they'd be Oliver's big brothers. The boys smiled but kept glancing at each other like they were in on something. Oliver started having nightmares in September. His teacher called about him spacing out in class. When I asked what was wrong, he whispered, "The boys are always there." The next Friday, I didn't leave after drop-off. I parked around the corner and watched through a fence gap. Troy answered the door, took Oliver's bag, went inside on his phone. Oliver stood alone on the porch. Austin and Kyle came out. They flanked him. Austin blocked the door with his arm. Kyle stood so close, Oliver had to crane his neck back. They talked quietly. Oliver's whole body went stiff. Sunday night, I sat on his bed. "Do the boys bother you?" His eyes filled up immediately. "They said if I tell Dad I want more time here, they'll make me sorry." Austin knows our street. Kyle said his friend's brother had a bike accident and broke his arm. My stomach dropped. "Did you tell Dad?" "They said I'm ruining everything because Dad's finally happy. If I mess things up for their mom, they'll mess things up for me." I texted Troy. He called back annoyed. "Oliver wants more screen time, so he's making stuff up. The boys barely talk to him. Stop creating drama." He hung up. Next Friday, I put my phone in my pocket recording. Troy took Oliver's bag, still on a work call, barely looked at me. I drove away, circled back on foot, crouched behind the neighbor's bins. Troy left 10 minutes later. Weekend office runs like always. Austin and Kyle came out right after. Kyle sat beside Oliver, shoulders jamming together. Austin stood over them on his phone. "Mom's making pot roast. Family dinner. You gonna be weird and quiet again?" Kyle shoved Oliver sideways. "I'll talk." "Good, because Mom was fine before your dad showed up. Now she's stressed keeping everyone happy. Want to make it easier? Tell your mom you'd rather stay here. Dad would be upset. He'll get over it. But you keep showing up every weekend." Kyle's voice went lower. "My buddy's little brother wasn't careful on his bike. Broke his arm in 2 places. You ride bikes, right?" "Yes." "Then watch yourself." Austin grabbed Oliver's backpack and dumped it. Clothes everywhere. They went inside. Oliver picked everything up crying. I had every single word. I didn't call Troy. I called Brenda straight up. "Stephanie, everything okay? Just listen." I played the recording. Dead silence. Then this shaky breath. "When was this?" "Like 40 minutes ago. I'm handling this right now." She hung up. 20 minutes later, my phone blew up. Troy rapid-firing texts. "What did you tell Brenda?" "She kicked the boys out. They're sitting in my car. Call me." I turned my phone off. 7 a.m. the next morning, knocking at my door. Brenda stood there holding an envelope. Signed statements from both boys, dated, witnessed by their father. What they did, what they said, all of it. For court, if you need it. She shoved it at me. "They won't be at the house during Oliver's weekends. That's a promise." She was in her car before I could even respond. Troy called an hour later. His voice sounded different, smaller. "I didn't know. I'm sorry. You should have believed him. Can we keep this between us? I don't want to lose custody, only if it stops." "It will, I swear." 3 weeks later, Oliver asked to bring his skateboard to Dad's. I watched him walk up the driveway actually smiling. Troy opened the door. Just Troy. Nobody else came out. Oliver went inside and the door closed. I sat in my car for 5 more minutes watching that empty porch. Then I drove home, and that night Oliver slept straight through for the first time in 2 months. The next Friday, he packed his own bag without me asking.